1, 2, 3, clap. Mine was well in sync.
So was mine on my end.
Good, we're synced up. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. Over there in, I was going to say England. That would be very wrong of me. In Scotland.
How dare you?
Yeah, wow. That is Brogan Hastings. Why was I going to say England? Wow.
And over there, clearly determined to insult me today, it's Wayne Giovinazzi.
Hey,
what
it
the
was,
fuck?
It was accidental. It was just like, I don't know why that popped into my head. I apologize. That is 100% my bad.
You have spent way too much time with Jacob the audio guy, clearly.
Jacob lives rent-free in my head, so he's kind of like the little devil on my shoulder. Is like, you should see that Brogan's from England. That wasn't a great Jacob the audio guy impression.
Not your best. Not your best.
I like the little laugh though at the start and end of what he said to me on my shoulder as the Louisiana devil.
That's yeah. There we go. I feel like Jacob's more the kind of person that if you're impersonating, you need to let him physically embody you. It's about the movements more than the voice.
It's like this. Get those eyes closed a little bit. Get them closed. Have a bit of a grin on your face.
Get the cap on.
Yep.
Get the beard on.
And anytime you say Montreal, you have to lean forward a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So you're keeping busy. So my intro was going to be living it up, Fringe Festival style. That is Brogan Hastings, because that's what you've been doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've started the Fringe life.
The Fringe has started. Now, I actually forgot this. I hate the Fringe.
Oh, that's not that is not very supportive of your fucking home country's #1 import-export business.
I think there are very few people who live and work in and around Edinburgh who like the Fringe.
Oh, of course. Because
it's a pain in the fucking arse.
Yep.
It just messes with everything. So, in that sense, I hate it.
Yeah.
It is nice to know somebody performing at the Fringe, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
who is that person that's performing at the Fringe that you know? Who could it be?
So the person that I know that is performing at the Fringe is Moxie Gillette.
Oh, your friend Moxie.
My little buddy Moxie. Which is good. So, yeah, when I was speaking to Mox earlier, it suggested that it hinted at the fact that he was going to be flying in on the day of the first show. And I was like, you're mad.
That's that's risky AF. Like, you could have delays. There could have been a Scottish snowstorm. It could have been anything. You're
not kidding. Because, I mean, literally, so first show's Friday, show's 8:30. I get to the theatre, because I've never been to that performing area before. So I'm like, I thought I'll go up, I'll have a look around. So I get, show's at 8:30. I get there for like 7:30. So I'm an hour early. Wandering around
for the pre-show jazz.
I'm looking around for the pre-show jazz, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" But I can see a guy walking past, and I'm like, "I'm 90% sure that's Cammy," but I don't know Cammy, so I'm not going to say anything. But I'm wearing my Penn and Teller hoodie from Vegas, so you're hanging about inside because I accidentally joined the wrong queue. Because there's in this building, there's 3 theatres, maybe 5 actually. Oh, okay. But I joined a queue for something else. I thought it was queue to get in.
Oh, but it was a queue to get into a theatre, not the building.
Yes.
So you almost saw a burlesque drag show.
Possibly. I don't know what it was.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Nothing wrong at all with that. But so yes, I ended up hanging about. I was like, okay, I'm inside the building now anyway. And then Cammy came over. He's like, I take it you're here for Young Moxie. I was like, yes. He's like, are you Moxie's friend? And I was like, yes. Hi, I'm Brogan. He's like, I thought so. But he was like nervous AF, like stressing, like looking round and stuff. And I'm like, Mox isn't here yet, is he? And he's like, nope.
Oh, God.
Nope. Mox ran into the theatre, and I checked the time on my phone. 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes before the show started, Mox ran in.
Before
not changed. Up. Exactly. So had to run into the performing area, had to get changed and dumped everything on Emily. I didn't realise Emily was coming with him.
Yeah. Like, did they arrive at the same time or separately?
No, same time.
Okay.
Same time. So yeah, and it wasn't a horrendous show the first night.
Oh God, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound positive.
I've seen worse shows.
What was the hit ratio of tricks that worked and didn't?
So specifically, Mox does 3 tricks. Mm-hmm. First one worked, which is hydroscopic glass. Simple did not work at all.
Oh.
In the sense that when Mox, chucks the rope, is like, you take that end and chucks the wee bits away.
Yep.
It kept landing in the guy's lap.
Oh.
And Mox is just like, you didn't see that.
Yeah.
It was just a mess.
Oh,
God
that's hilarious.
So there was stuff like that. There's a lot less Mox than I thought there would be.
Yeah.
It's like 75% Cammy and 25% Mox.
Okay. Well, Cammy has been doing it for a long time. This is Mox's first, I assume, big event. Multi-night, back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. But it was very obvious that he was like, I don't know where I am. Yeah. I don't know what time it is. I don't know who I am or what I'm meant to be doing.
Yeah, forget about that whole jet lag thing. But jet lag shouldn't have kicked in yet. But, exhaustion from flying. Like, it's a long flight, so multiple flights.
Well, he was saying he got up at 7 a.m. Vegas time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
in the past.
In the past. So that it probably would have been over 24 hours for him.
Yeah.
That he was awake and doing stuff. So I'm not surprised.
Mm.
And it was literally like when they got out, because Emily was filming it.
Yeah.
I was like, we'll go back to the flat, we'll get pizza and we'll do notes. And I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, go sleep. Please go sleep.
Yeah, that's probably better. Do notes in the morning. Watch tape after, This is like sports ball. Watch the tape like the next day. Not as soon as you get back and can worry about your... I mean, then again, Piff does write down show notes on his hand while performing, so...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, there was that. And then I took Mum and Dad yesterday, which, I mean, Mum and Dad never went to anything in the Fringe last year, so it's nice to have a wee night. I can't remember the last time I went out with my Mum and Dad. Went to an Indian restaurant, which was good. Then to see Mox, the first time my Mum and Dad have met Mox.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like nervous and awkward. I was like, I don't know what to say to your Mum and Dad. I obviously couldn't understand a thing that my dad said.
Oh no. I
kept kind of like ignoring him. And I'm like, Mox just doesn't understand your accent at all.
Yeah.
Pim sometimes does the same thing with me.
How thick is your dad's accent?
Thicker than mine, but it's not like horrendous.
Yeah.
I mean, and at the same time, Mox does something. I've said stuff to Mox and he's gone, what?
Yeah.
Because he's like 90% sure, but not 100%.
And then other times like, how dare you say that to me?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to like reiterate what you're saying and that you weren't actually insulting their family.
Yes. But so last night went a lot better. Last night when he done Simple, it was like watching Penn on stage. Yeah. Literally, I was like, you are channeling your inner Pendulette right there. That is Penn over the back.
Yeah.
And just little things like they do cups and balls as well.
Of course, they do it together. Yeah.
Yep.
How well have they gotten the patter down for that?
It's close. It's very close.
And what about the timing? How does the timing seem?
Again, close. So I was there when Mox was on the phone to Penn yesterday after the show, and he was like, because Cammy messed a couple of things up in cups and balls.
Bloody Cammy.
So, I mean, it's still only their second night. They've never actually rehearsed in person before.
Yeah.
Like for this show. It's all been on Zoom. So there was that. But
that means there's hope for our Penn and Teller Foolish idea.
Exactly. So it was very close. So what was the other thing he done? So for cups and balls, Mox is like, but I want to be Penn because, the blood and all that.
Yeah, of course.
Which, and Cammy's like, yeah, that's great. Teller's an idol if I could do that. And Mox is just like, shh. Shh. No talking.
Yeah.
And every time he goes to talk, it's like, shh. And then he stops talking, he was doing something. And like, as Taylor does, the facial expressions and stuff. And Mox turned around and went, shut up, Cammy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is the most Penn thing you could have done.
Yeah.
Is tell the person who's not talking to shut up.
Yeah.
Love it. And also the little sign language thank you, which is very cute, which Penn does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there was a couple of things that I'm like, oh, you're your papa.
How about the juggling part? This is not juggling.
Mox
this
doesn't
is...
do the juggling.
Oh, really?
So what Mox does is the 3 balls, so the audience is set up into like 3 sections.
Yeah.
So it takes 1 ball, chucks it, 1 to each section.
Okay.
And what he says is, this is recycling, do not throw these back to me.
Yeah.
And when, first time round, so the second time round, it's like, this is not recycling, this is misdirection.
Yep.
So that's all right.
And how did the crowds seem to take the show?
Seem to take it well. It's, nobody's ever quite sure when you should start clapping.
Okay.
Which is standard for a Fringe show.
Anytime a miracle happens on stage, gosh, you know?
So, yeah. So there was that. What was it? Oh, and last night for Simple, Mox was talking about needing a volunteer, obviously. He's looking around, he's like, I'm kind of looking for a taller guy. This guy just stood up and walked on stage.
Oh, okay.
And Mox was like,
are you about to stab me, sir?
No, it's like, am I tall enough? And this guy was fucking tall. This was like Penn height.
Yeah.
And Mox was like, okay, cool.
Why
Sit
not?
down. I didn't really know what to do with that.
Yeah.
And I know that more than one person asked, was that a plant?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
No, it genuinely wasn't a plant.
No,
It was just
anyone
some
would
dude.
know that, that is a fucking awkward thing to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
No, my dad was 100% convinced it was a plant, and we're like, nope, just
it's not a trick
some
that
guy.
needs a plant.
No,
Because
exactly.
it's just fucking with them on stage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only thing a plant does means it doesn't fool the person on stage. It's not like, the reason you have a plant is to fool the audience.
Oh,
Audience ain't fooled for shit for this.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Exactly.
So...
People. Tell your father, pull his head in. Learn the purpose of a plant.
Exactly. So, it was nice, and nice to hang out with Mox before and after the show.
Yeah, that's cool.
Poor boy's just absolutely shattered.
Oh yeah, it might not end either. They might stay that way the whole time. I probably would.
He does not have a day off entirely. There is one day that they're not performing Young and Moxie, but Cammie's show is still on, and Mox is doing tech for that. So Mox does not have a day off.
Yeah.
Ever.
Busy boy.
Yeah. So, which is a shame, because I kind of wanted to be like, I'll take you to Glasgow.
Yeah, it's tough.
Take you wherever you want.
Yeah. That's okay. It's work. They're there to work. So
Exactly. So
you're still working through all the Fringe, are you? Are you going to more shows? What's the deal? I'm talking specifically with Moxie and Young, not like other shows. Pish posh, who wants to go to other shows at the Fringe? I'm not British. I'm from Scotland. I should change my accent.
So I have tickets for next Saturday.
Yep.
And I have tickets for the last show. Because I always feel like the last show's always pretty good, because no one gives a shit by that point.
Yeah.
Everything's working. But next week, I'm taking work friends.
Ah, yes.
So that should be interesting. But for other shows, I've not got anything else booked. But I do want to see, because we've spoken to, well, it's not out yet at the time of this recording or posting, but we've spoken to Matt Donnelly.
Special guest, yes, Matt Donnelly. Yep.
The very real, definitely not fake Matt Donnelly.
Does exist.
Yep. Who
in material form.
In material form.
Material form.
Yep. He's got friends performing at the Fringe, so I would quite like to see them. I saw the poster for one of the shows he mentioned, and I was like,
It is pretty funny.
I love this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on, I have to find it. Oh yeah, the Chris Grace as Scarlett Johansson. The poster is pretty great. And I love the tagline. A loving comic tribute from one Asian actor to another.
Yeah.
That is funny just because of Ghost in the Shell.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Also, he is Asian. Should probably not bury that lead.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should post that on social media if we remember, just so people can see it.
So that looks quite good. I'd quite like to see that. And I looked up The Retreat, which was the other one that Matt mentioned, which I haven't seen a poster for yet, but still would like to see.
I can't remember what it was, but I was like, that sounded really interesting.
I can't remember the way Matt described it either, but it was like a comedy business pitch.
That's right, yeah. I think like they're doing like a business pitch to you as the audience. Mm-hmm. But that sounded interesting. That's what I understood it to be, but I could be wrong. Brogan needs to close their window.
I felt a breeze and was like, oh shit, not again.
Yeah. Not again.
Not again.
So you may have more stories of Young and Moxie coming up next week then. So there could be glorious successes or failures going down in flames. Either way, I look forward to it. No, that's not. I look forward to the stories. For their sake, I hope there are no flames and no fire and that it's all success.
But having said that, flames and fire, if you're going to do it at some point in your career, this is the place to do it.
Yeah. And then when you come back next year or the year after, people will be like, oh, gee, I remember them. Let's go see them fail again. And then, surprise, motherfuckers, so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, get that shit out your system now. And because this is the place to... The Fringe is not a place for big productions. The Fringe is what essentially you are looking at, even with the big acts, even with professional comedians like Ed Byrne or Daniel Sloss or anybody who's at the Fringe, even Piff.
Yeah.
They're there to rehearse.
Workshopping stuff.
They're workshopping. It's not a professional show. It's people cutting their teeth, essentially. Yeah. So, yeah.
Now, I'm just having another look at this Chris Grace as Scarlett Johansson poster. Mm-hmm. And the first quote is, I endorse Chris Grace. Dr. Brown. Do you think that is Dr. Chris Brown?
I hope so.
That would be cool.
Dr. Chris Brown and Julia Morris.
Yeah. Australian people who Australians would know, but that is about it. But yeah, I want to know more about the successes and future, because I think everyone thinks that Moxie is going to be doing big things.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think it's funny because he mentioned stuff, he was talking to somebody after the show, and he was like, yeah, because I'm not a performer. And I'm like, don't think so, mate. Don't think so.
Sorry, that's what Moxie said, I'm not a performer.
Moxie said that. And I'm like, because he was talking about doing tech stuff behind the scenes as well. And I'm kid, you're a performer.
Well, yeah.
I hate to tell you this.
I think it might just be maybe meant in the sense of I'm not a performer, as in I haven't really been doing this much at all.
Very true.
Or
very true.
It could be I see myself more as a tech person. You know, Jacob the audio guy is a tech guy, but he's a performer. He does podcasts. That's a sense of performing.
That's
after
true.
Our discussions of episode 100, which will come out in September sometime.
That's true. And consider Friday and yesterday were Mox's 6th and 7th time on stage.
Yeah.
As an official performer.
Official performer. You get your badge and everything. It's like, I'm an official performer here to perform.
The reason I clarify that is because a few years ago, Mox has been on stage just practicing stuff, but wasn't like on the poster or anything like that. Wasn't announced. It was just Mox happened to be there and Matt was like, do you want to do some stuff?
Yeah.
We have time.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's nice to see Mox and nice to see Mox do well.
Yeah.
He's a good kid.
It's good to see and support your friends,
Yes.
which is hard for me because I saw one of my friends yesterday, Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Shannon. When I was streaming yesterday morning and I said that I was seeing Shannon, Chris was watching the stream and he said, oh, you mean deep voice Shannon? So Shannon is just known for being deep voice Shannon. So, yep. But no, Shannon came over because we had a bit of a party over here. And Shannon was talking about the last concert he went and saw, and I was like, oh, it was one of the Gallaghers, wasn't it? And it's like, yes. And I couldn't remember which one he likes. Which Gallagher is it that you like?
I like Noel. But I also, but having said, I will clarify that I know that Noel is dickhead. Both of them are dickheads.
And who's the other one?
Liam,
yeah. So Shannon likes Liam, you like Noel, and I said, you two might come to fisticuffs over that. And Shannon paused for a second and said, I have no issue fighting Brogan, because Brogan is non-binary. I won't be hitting a woman. So yeah, I thought that was pretty hilarious.
It reminds me of the bit from Avatar The Last Airbender where it's like, the boulder is feeling conflicted about fighting a little girl.
Yeah.
And Toph like, what, are you scared? The boulder is no longer conflicted.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that would be interesting. I don't know who. It's like, oh gosh, there was another discussion. Why do you want to fight my friends? What? No, wait, you don't want to fight my friends. I can't remember.
You insist on telling your friends to fight me, and we either agree that I would beat them, or we'd turn on you.
Yeah, because you had the height advantage in that situation. So you'd either turn on me or we'd all team up and fight strangers. But the problem with that is one of us would become too powerful from fighting the strangers, and the other two would have to bring the other one down a peg just by fighting them again. But in like a loving, caring way.
What happens if the person who gets drunk with power manages to overpower the other two?
I think the other two should be well aware of the situation, be able to catch on before it gets too much and the other person gets too big for their britches, frankly. Yeah. So yeah, you've been able to drop in on some video game streams. It's been It's been good having you in the chat again.
It's nice to be in the chat as well, because it's nice to have it go. And you know, it's hard sometimes because obviously I'm working at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
you said you had to change your setup. Yeah.
Yeah. So the way my laptop, so I've got my monitor like right in front of me, and my laptop's sort of behind it over to the side with my work laptop in front of that.
Yeah.
So I've got the stream up on the monitor, working away on my laptop. So if I need to type anything, I had to like move my work laptop, reach over, and like type it quickly.
Yeah. You know, you could just open up Twitch on your phone and type it in there. I
probably could. Well, no, because if I get a phone call and stuff like that, I'm also texting at work stuff.
You can still get a phone iPad. Use your iPad.
That's true.
There are options. I know this because I've done it. But yeah. So yeah, me been playing Borderlands.
You have
with a friend, which is interesting. I haven't played online games with people in such a long time. So it's been fun. And I don't know, I always worry that there's like a different dynamic going on, like to people who know, like, you know me to some extent, to some degree. And I'm always like, I wonder if I'm being portrayed as a different person right now with my interactions with someone else. Because there's the whole thing where it's like, I cultivate my personality based on who I'm around situation. Yeah. It's like, I don't think I do that, but then, I don't know, feel like I kind of do.
I'm aware that I have a different personality for Vegas. And Vegas, probably for this podcast. Like if I filmed myself interacting with people here, family members, work colleagues and stuff, you'd be like, can someone please just turn Brogan on?
Yeah.
That did not come out right.
Yeah. Hang on. Cheese bags, dear cheese bags. We're just looking for anybody that can turn Brogan on.
I meant, I realised this yet. I'm like walking around just like dead inside.
Yeah.
No personality whatsoever. And then I start talking to Mox, and I'm like, maybe a little bit too excited and a little bit too, I don't know, hyper.
It's like The Simpsons with the evil Krusty doll. Someone will flip you over and be like, here's your problem. You had the switch set to depression. Or here's the problem. You had the switch set to overexcited puppy.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah.
So there's no in between, huh?
There's no in between.
You have to jam that switch in the middle somehow. But that might mean batteries don't work. So, yeah, it's a tough one.
Oh, well. But there we go. So, yeah, when I watch you playing Borderlands, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's Wayne. And not like, why is Wayne acting like that?
Okay. Yep. Because I feel like there's also a lot of in-jokes going on and stuff. Actually, my favorite in-joke that came from that was they were playing as Flack, who I think is actually completely robot, but we kept on referring to them as having a human penis. But the rest of them is robot. But what I really find funny is listening to one of the recent episodes of Ice Cream Social. They were doing, might have been a Scoopity, a Price is Right rules, Jock versus Nerd, and it was all about, the first part of it was all about penises. And Matt kept on saying human penis. It's like, this is my life. It relates directly to me. A lot of things always have relations to each other in my life, I noticed.
Yeah.
It's like I like the band Korn, and I like the movie franchise Alien, and I like H.R. Giger. But Giger created the alien creature, but Giger also made a microphone stand for the lead singer of Korn. But Jonan Vasquez also likes H.R. Giger and is influenced to some degree with some of the stuff, which and then Invaders. It was like it's so much stuff gets linked together, and I don't know if it's my mind linking them or if it's just if it's the universe doing it somehow, the magical universe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm no universe doctor.
What I will say is, your friend plays as Flack, and for those who don't know, Flack, I don't know if he always has to, but he definitely has the ability to have a pet.
Timmy,
the real MVP,
the spider ant, Timmy.
The spider ant Timmy.
Yeah, that's it. Timmy the spider ant. It's Timmy does a lot of lifting in that game.
He really does.
He does.
The amount of times that because you were playing a boss battle, and you said to your friend, "Oh, thanks for healing me and like reviving me a couple of times." They were like, "I didn't do shit."
Yeah,
that was Timmy.
I don't think Timmy can revive me. That doesn't make sense. No. Yeah, it was so weird. I don't know what Timmy does, but Timmy is great. Timmy vomits guns and ammo, smacks their head against the floor when you give them pets, and kills people.
And every time Timmy is on screen, I'm like, "You're doing great, sweetie. I love you."
Oh, we love Timmy.
We do love Timmy.
Number one in our hearts. But then there's also the flying fire rack as well. They're pretty great. They come in handy. That's Flack's secondary move or something, where they send out a couple of rack and then they attack bad guys, light them on fire, and then they come back. It's just another one of his pets. Another one of Flack's pets. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Other game I've been playing on stream. It's a bit more casual. I enjoy it a lot, and that is Scribblenauts Unlimited.
Oh.
I was going through my Steam list trying to find something to play that wasn't Mario or Borderlands. And I was like, I did not even know I owned this on Steam. I was like, surely I didn't buy it, because I own it on like Wii U and things like that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to play that. And just trying to come up... So if you're not aware, Scribblenauts is basically you're presented a situation that you need to solve. For example, there might be a cat stuck up in a tree, and the little girl's saying, "Help me get my cat out of the tree." You open up your notebook and you can put in anything you like in there, and that will appear in the world. You know, provided it's not vulgarity or sexual based or a proper noun or anything like that, brand names. So you could say an axe, and an axe would appear, and then you could use that axe to cut down the tree, and then the cat is saved. It's out of the tree. Or you could say a lumberjack, and then the lumberjack would cut it down. Or you could say a gun and shoot the cat, and the cat will fall out of the tree. Problem is, the cat is dead, and that's a fail.
What about a ladder?
Yes, absolutely, you could use a ladder.
Because I'm noticing that yours are very violent, whereas mine's just like climb up the tree and save the cat.
Lumberjacks aren't violent. Maybe they are. I don't know.
I'm imagining the cat being in the tree while it's falling and the tree falling on the cat. That's my worry.
But there's some very weird ones as well. Like, I try to solve things with weird objects. Like I was in like a haunted manor or something, and someone was like, "This coffin brings things back to life." So obviously the mission is to put something in there that is not alive. So I put in a dead baby, and it allows you to spawn a dead baby.
Wow.
And then I think it was either Chris or Jobeth who was watching and was like, "Have you not seen Pet Sematary?" I was like, "Oh my god, why did I not do a cat?" So I spawned a dead cat and put it in the thing, and then quoted the movie as, "Your cat now. Something should remain dead." And cat comes to life, and
sometimes dead is better.
That's what it is. Sometimes dead is better. And there was another mission where I had to, in the same world, where I had to get to something that was underground. So I'm like, okay, I'll jump into the coffin area where the cat is just roaming around, all happy and alive now, and I'll dig through the sand to get to it. As I'm trying to do that, the cat attacks me. It was fucking like Pet Sematary, and it turned me undead. Because it was an undead cat. It was not a living cat anymore. But one of them, it was like a rusted suit of armor. And it was help me to turn around. I'm like, okay, this is weird. I don't know how to do it. And I typed something in. I don't know what it was, but it didn't exist, right? For whatever reason, it didn't exist in the game. But the top suggestion was wife. So I'm like, okay, let's spawn a wife. So I spawned the wife, and the suit of armor came to life, turned around, and fled. And I'm like, why the hell did that happen? I have no idea. And then someone in the chat said, well, yeah, that's probably why he probably wanted to flee from his spouse. It's like, you made him married, and he wanted to flee from the spouse. I'm like, surely that can't be the logic in the game, right?
No. Because my first thought was a lazy Susan.
Ooh, yeah. Could I get it on? Could I have gotten the light of arm, the rusty night arm? Words fail me. The rusty armor,
rusty suit of armor.
Suit of armor, yeah. Suit of night armor. Could I get it onto a lazy Susan? I'm not sure if I could pick it up. I don't think it would let me.
Can you be specific where, like in the notebook, like lazy Susan under armor?
No, because the armor's already there, so it will just spawn into the world, and then you have to place it.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, you could, maybe you could use an adjective on it as well, because adjectives also work in the game. So you could say gigantic lazy Susan, and a gigantic lazy Susan appears. You could say pink polka dotted floating hungry lazy Susan, violent lazy Susan, and all of those adjectives will get applied to it. And if it's violent, it's then also going to be sentient and try to kill you.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but it's interesting the level of things you can apply to one object, and it would take all the characteristics. It's fun. Yeah. It's fun. If you've never played Scribblenauts, you can get it really cheap at the moment. The original two games, which came out on DS, they're on iOS and Android for like a couple of bucks. And it's called Scribblenauts Remix. But we're aware that there are other mobile games out there. You should take your own consideration when buying a mobile phone game.
Yes, yeah.
Because we are not endorsed nor sponsored by Warner Brothers, who published the game.
We're not endorsed or sponsored by anyone.
No, that's correct. We are not at all. Chirp, 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 chirp. Oh, goodness me. Which one is it? Sorry, hang on. I think it's this one. That's right. It's Hobo Johnson Watch 2023. Will Hobo Johnson be coming to Perth to perform in his Won't Do a Shoey tour? 1 week in, still no contact from Hobo Johnson. What will become of the Hobo Johnson Won't Do a Shoey tour? Stay tuned for more updates next week. This has been Hobo Johnson Watch 2023. That music goes kind of weird. It goes hard, and then it just sort of peters out.
Yeah. Funny though.
Yeah. Still, have not received a response from Hobo Johnson. I'm wondering if I should...
He's probably trying to organise it, and he doesn't want to give you false hope.
Yeah, I doubt it very much. But I wonder if I need to up my game somehow. I mean, it's not huge on social media. I wonder what else I could do. I don't know.
Handwritten letter.
Ooh, I could do some. I could commission Brogan to do some art. Draw Hobo Johnson as a hunky boy. That could either work wonderfully or backfire spectacularly.
Yep.
Did I have too many lilies in that then? Spectacularly? No, that was correct.
Spectacularly.
I know words. Spectacularly? Yeah. Is it spectacularly or spectacularly?
I say spectacularly.
Yeah, there you go. Spectacularly.
Spectacularly.
Spectacular. Oh, I don't know. We should move on.
Spectacularly. I don't know.
Yeah. We've already played one drop, so we might as well play another.
It's time for Coffee Talk. Saving those turtles one straw at a time.
So yeah, I have some coffee talk, and it is directly coffee related. First of all, I've moved on from Starbucks pods. They're no longer my go-to. My new one is, it sounds a bit hillbilly. I think it's called Jed's, Jeds, Jed's coffee. And it's cheap, and it doesn't taste terrible.
Is this the Bush Brothers?
No.
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 Jed Bush with his little cowboy boots and his please clap.
No. I'll have to double check, because now I'm concerned that they are not called Jeds, and I could be completely wrong. But is it Jed or Jeb? I can't remember. Now I'm doubting myself. I think it's Jeb Bush. Yeah, I think it's Jeb Bush.
Oh.
But yeah, it's that's the coffee update in my life. But I had a coffee catastrophe. So I went out to a little cafe and got a coffee, a large flat white, and a brownie. Like, because I wasn't going to have anything to eat, but these brownies, they were huge. And I was like, gonna have to get one. They look so good, get one. And they're like, do you want us to warm it up? I'm like, I think I do. Please warm up my brownie. And the brownie comes out first before my coffee. And it was good. It was so good. You were licking your lips there a bit.
I do like a good brownie.
Yeah, it was
second only to cookies.
It was very gooey in the middle. It was almost like liquid. It was really good. Then got my coffee, and I was like, I'll sit outside. So I take it, put it on the table. I pull out my chair and go to sit down, knock the table. The coffee falls over. And the lid comes off.
Oh, no.
Yep. And I pick it up as quick as I can. I'm feeling it's like, this feels like it's half empty. It took a lot to control my reaction. A lot. Because what do you think my go-to reaction would be in a situation like that?
To scream fuck.
Yes, there would be that. But my emotional state as well.
You'd be furious. There'd be tears.
Yeah.
All of it.
Pretty much. It took a hell of a lot to not do that and to remain calm. Yeah. And I was like, normally that is what I would do, but it's okay. There's people around. I'm gonna rein it in. And then I kept eating my brownie, drank my coffee a bit, and then I was like, I'll take a look. I opened the lid, and I was only missing like a couple of mouthfuls. So I was quick off the draw to pick it up. So, as usual, I would have been jumping the gun, going half-cocked in my reaction to something that wasn't overly terribly bad.
Good.
Yeah.
That's a positive step forward, and I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. One time in my life. One time.
All it takes is baby steps.
Yeah.
You know, just little baby steps.
And then later that day, after going to the cafe, I went to a place called Morley Rollerdrome. What does it sound like it is?
Sounds like it's a roller disco.
Pretty much, yeah, except it wasn't disco time. It's a rollerblading / skating place, indoor rink.
Nice.
Haven't been there since I was a child, basically. And because I've had rollerblades in my life as a child and teenager. I'm capable of rollerblading. I haven't been capable of rollerblading for a long time. When you're a bigger dude, it makes it pretty impossible to do. So I just hadn't been doing it. So I went there. They have a Wednesday morning adult session, right? So children are not allowed. And there's like 80-year-old folk skating around. Like, these are the, like, competition skaters from their day.
Yeah.
And they're doing crazy shit. Like, if they wanted to, they could probably do flips. That's what I'm thinking. And here I am, like, wobbly, but doing all right, holding my own, doing perfectly fine. But they're rental skates. And it's only $15, by the way. Did I mention that? $15
That's
with
not
skate
bad.
hire. It's amazing. That's their general price, no matter what session you're going to. But this is like a 2-hour session in the morning just for adults. So, and I am an adult physically on the outside, so I was able to get in. But yeah, I didn't fall over during my time. One person fell over, and I audibly went, yes! Because I was like, I'm not the first person to fall over. And I'm like, realized I shouldn't have verbally did that out loud, because it was an older woman. And
oh, God.
Yeah, it wasn't good. And then as I'm ready to wrap up, like, there's still half an hour to go. I've been doing it for like an hour probably by the time I got my skate rental done. Like, these rental skates hurt like a bitch, by the way.
Yeah.
Terrible. And they smell kind of bad as well. And that was through 2 pairs of socks. I had to get one size 8 and one size 7. Because
oh, God.
I think it was just to do with the skates, just for not hurting me sake. Right. So at the end, I'm like, all right, this is starting to hurt. I'm gonna go fast around a couple of times. I'm not gonna push myself, but do what I can. Turning is my problem. Turning and stopping. So the whole time I was stopping by just skating into the wall to stop myself. I was going to do that, and I was like, I'm at too much speed, so I'll go around one more time and slow down. Take a corner, get the wobblies, I'm going down. I land on one knee with one, and sort of like I'm curling kind of thing. I'm down on one knee, one knee up, leg up, still on the skate, and just sliding on this knee. And, I tell ya, it still hurts, and it's got like a big fucking graze on it from just like, because it's polished concrete basically is what the rink is. So I'm not going to just show you a photo of it because it's not pleasant. It's all scabbed up. The bruise is mostly gone, lower down on my knee. Yeah. But that has not dissuaded me. So, I think it was the next day or Friday. I can't remember. Whatever it was. Yeah, the next day. I went out and bought myself some skates, some blades, some inlines.
Nice.
Oh, look at these puppies. All black. So, not all black. They got some red on them. And they're soft.
As per usual.
Yeah, it's like they're sneakers, thick sneakers with like blades on them. They're pretty cool.
Good.
I haven't actually used them yet. Actually, I did put them on in the house and like skated like from one end to the other just to see what they felt like compared to fucking the rentals, and they don't hurt a bit. And got a fancy red carabiner to carry them around with. Got some safety gear, which I'm glad they didn't have black because I think I love these ones more. They are very 80s sports.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. White.
Very speed racer.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? So white with red straps and then red and blue stripe on like the
Impala
hard knee part. Yeah, that's the brand. Is the Impala. So it's the full safety gear. So it's knee pads, elbow pads, and those wrist brace thingies, so you don't break your wrist when you fall. I think that's pretty important, kind of.
What about a helmet?
Fuck that shit. Do I look like a ball sack? That's right. I said ball sack, not pussy. As Sarah Hester Ross says, it should be ball sack. So I've been trying to make a conscious effort of that as well. I didn't restart the timer. I don't know where we're at. God damn it.
Me neither.
No, that's because you don't have the timer to restart. We stopped at about 37 minutes, so we're probably at 43 or something like that. I'm usually pretty good at that, so hopefully that is correct this time. But yeah, I'm hoping I can go to this session often on Wednesdays, because it's indoors. But other than that, there's I talked about how I went to Lake Mungrel last week.
Yeah.
And saw the baby ducks. That seems like a nice area to skate around because it's all nice flat paths, not really much debris on them. So we'll see. Not just go walkies for doggos, go skating and stuff as well. So there's that. Yeah. But it's not about like healthy exercise or anything. It's mostly about just getting out of the house, I think.
Which is healthy in a separate way.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is good. Yeah.
But I did go to a dog park and touched so many doggos. They were so happy to see me. They were running up to me. I was like, "Oh, don't help me!" And I think it affected my dream last night. I had a weird Vegas dream. You're not You're not the only one who has weird Vegas dreams. So I was in Vegas, and I think I had a dog because I remember hugging a big doggo in my dream. But then there was another dog, and it like bit my finger, right? And this was in like a casino, like at the Flamingo or something like that, in the casino.
Was it Piffles?
No, it was a big dog. And
Theodore?
Yeah, he's a snuffle pig. Then security guard, like head of security or something, comes up to me. It's like, "Excuse me, sir, you're gonna have to come with us." And like in my head, I'm thinking, but I haven't done anything wrong. I'm the one who got bit by a dog. I didn't start a fight or anything. I didn't bite a dog, and I'm verbalizing this as well. It's like, no, you're gonna have to come with us. I'm like, okay. And then they take me back to like a security room, and then there's the real head of security. That's right, the head of security. And she's like, "Do you know why you're here?" And I'm like, "Well, not really, because I got bit by a dog." It's like, "Yeah, we know." I'm like, "Okay." And it's like, "We're going to need you to review this footage." And there's like this hella old TV that we used to have as kids there for the security footage to watch that on. And the head of security is like, "It just takes a little while for this TV to warm up. You know, the cathode ray tube sort of has to take time to fade. It fades in slowly. Really, this TV should be on a stand because the radioactivity that comes out at the bottom of it burns the carpet." I'm like, "Okay, but what's this got to do with like the dog and that bit me?" It's like, I guess you really didn't do anything wrong. So you should probably go. It's like, yes, why am I here? Fun
yeah, okay,
times.
that's a weird Vegas dream.
Yeah, weird Vegas dream. I don't remember if the dog bit me. Like, it didn't bite me hard. It just like bit my finger. That was all. Ow. Sorry. Now I'm biting my finger. Right. But yeah, I wonder. No, it'd be too much, too heavy to. I was thinking getting around in Vegas, take rollerblades, but there's too many people, and they're too heavy to transport.
Yeah, it's asking for trouble.
Yeah. Also, with these rollerblades, I didn't exactly like go to my local department store and buy a $30 pair of rollerblades either.
You got good ones.
I got pretty decent ones. Yeah, like they range between like $180 like to $700. I didn't go crazy. It was everything I have here. I paid $300, $299.
That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's Australian dollar-y dues for those playing at home.
Yeah, so 20 quid.
Yeah, 20 quid. Exactly. Oh, I was at the shops the other day, and there was a line of people for the money exchange place, like the currency conversion.
Oh,
wow. Have I missed something? Is a world current? Is the Australian dollar about to like die in the arse, and they're getting foreign currencies because our economy is in the toilet? I mean, it is, but you know, it worried me. There was like 5 people lined up, and this was like 10 to 5, like before closing, 10 minutes before closing time. It's like, what is going on? Is a zombie apocalypse about to happen? If it is, I can just zoom away on my skates.
But why do you need to exchange money?
People are stupid in these situations. They fail to realize that the capitalist society that we live in will no longer exist come the zombie apocalypse. I mean, these fools think that a couple of dollars is still going to buy them shotguns and things like that. No, it's going to be a cigarette economy. Cigarette and antibiotics. That's what will be the currency. It'll be like prison.
Exactly. Prison economy.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
We say that like people who have been to prison.
Yeah,
can speak.
exactly.
Oh, yeah, of course it's prison economy.
Of course it's prison economy.
Everybody knows what that is.
Yeah. We know prison. In a zombie apocalypse, what role do you think you would play?
I would either survive to the end or I would die immediately. Yeah. And I don't know which one I would prefer.
Exactly, yeah. I think, I agree. Either survive to the end or die immediately. My concern is I would die immediately, which is not good, because I want to take part in the zombie apocalypse, right? This is me personally.
Do you really want to live in a world where internet is down?
Yep, that's fine.
Can't fly anywhere, so you can't go and see Piff.
This is a zombie apocalypse. There is no more Piff.
Exactly. I don't think I want to live in a world where, Penn and Teller aren't performing.
But you get to live in a world where we're not controlled by this capitalism and forced to work.
I don't think it's worth it.
Okay.
I don't think it's worth it. I don't think I want to live in a world without internet.
Okay, but what? There's no point to the internet if you don't need it.
We have discussed this, and we'll discuss this on an upcoming episode, that before I went to Vegas, there was a very good chance of me becoming a recluse.
Yeah.
Without the internet, I would become a recluse. I might not even know that a zombie apocalypse is happening. I'm probably better off not being part of that.
But you don't have to be a recluse in your house. You can be a recluse in the woods with the deers and the bears, and they will accept you as their own, and you can live the life you were always meant to live.
I think it's too late for that. I think I'm too far gone. No, just Throtion.
Throtion, yeah.
Just throw me in the ocean.
But see, being my concern is that I'm going to die, be one of the first to die, as opposed to one of the last. I came up with a plan a long time ago, me and Shannon did, to thwart that. And that is, there is someone in our friend group who they don't know that this is them. They are aware that they are part of our zombie survival plan, but basically they're just the rabbit that we throw to the zombies so we can survive.
Wow.
Yeah, yep. I think that's a good plan.
Yeah, depends what kind of zombies it is.
Yeah, right. You got to hope that they're not fast.
Are they fast zombies?
Yeah.
Are they shuffling? I don't know.
Yeah. Are they vampiric?
Are they like the I Am Legend ones where they're like sentient?
They're not zombies.
Creatures.
Come on, get real.
They're not, but they were like, that's what they're assumed to be.
Assumed to be zombies. They're undead, sure, but that's about it. But is a vampire a zombie? Is a mummy a zombie? Probably more so than a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
A mummy is just...
I'm using them as an example.
Yeah. A mummy is a zombie that... I assume a mummy has a purpose, whereas a zombie doesn't. Like the mummy's purpose... Like, for example, in the 1990... Oh, what year was it? The classic Brendan Fraser, Raquel...
1999.
1999, Brendan Fraser, Raquel Weisz, or Rachel Weisz, I forget her name. Classic.
I think it's Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel. I'm thinking Raquel Welch. That's a different person altogether. The mummy has a purpose. It's not just like shuffling around like a zombie. So that's what differentiates zombie, mummy, and vampire, I think. I
only disagree in the sense that I think the difference between a mummy and a zombie is the way the mummy is prepared.
Okay.
A mummy is prepped. In a very specific way, whereas a zombie, you could be bitten, you could die, you could come back. There's no prep to it.
But, right, say whatever is causing the dead to reanimate, right, in zombie apocalypse, dead mummies are also going to come back to life as zombies, but they're going to be zombies cosplaying as mummies, technically. Because they're going to be dressed up like mummies and that, but they're going to come back as zombies. They're not going to have the mummy sentience.
That entirely depends on whether or not whatever is making the zombie apocalypse happen.
Yeah.
Do the people who are coming back as zombies, were they alive when the thing set it off?
Oh, I don't know. Let's say...
Like 28 days later, I'm pretty sure if they were already dead at the start of that point, they don't come back.
We're talking magical zombies, like supernatural zombies then. Not
All right,
disease-plagued zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then again...
Okay.
Shaun
of the Dead, if they were already dead, they didn't come back.
Okay. Yeah, but there was no explanation as to why they were zombies in Shaun of the Dead.
That's true. That's very true.
Yep. Oh my god, I have to show you this. Look who I found.
No!
Yes.
Where was he?
It was not even in my house. It is the Garfield clock that yells at me in Korean. It was not even in my house. It was in a box up in the big house. And I don't know why. I saw this box. Wow. I'm like, I wonder what's in that box. And I opened it and I found that. And I found my Evil Dead collection Blu-rays with the Kandarian dagger in it. I was like, wow, I didn't even know that was missing. So I'll play it for you later.
Cool.
Maybe next episode I'll set it up to play because it takes
hilarious.
effort. It's a bit dodgy now. I struggle to get it to yell. Yeah, it's analog technology, yo. What's up with that, man? Woof. There you go. If that's what would make me want to not survive the zombie apocalypse is having to go back to analog rather than digital.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of telling the time. But then again, what does it matter? What does time matter? It's a construct of man that is no longer needed.
Physicists are saying time does not exist.
Exactly. As always. Oh, have you set your PS5 back up yet, or no?
No.
What do you do for fun?
You know exactly what I do for fun.
Oh yeah,
I watch
stuff.
one program over and over and over again until the serotonin is no longer in the program.
Well, you have a big revelation today, I think. You said that you have started watching something new.
Started and finished.
Oh, okay. Just once?
Just once so far. I finally watched Good Omens 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. What did you think?
I loved it.
Yep.
And I know that people are upset about it. But I'm like,
what?
Yeah, people are not happy about the ending. And I'm like, it's a stepping stone. It's a bridge story.
It's stepping up season 3. It's setting up season 3. That's all it's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was designed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, people are mad about it because they're like, oh, but what if we don't get season 3? Game has already said if we don't get season 3, he will release it in another way.
Yeah.
Whether it be comics, whether it be books, whatever. He will do something.
Yeah. But this is a spoiler-free zone, so we're not going to say what happens. Because it's still too new to spoil.
My heart.
For, what, David Tennant? Love them. Or both?
Both.
Yeah.
Both the side of the thing. I love Jim. I'll say that as well.
Oh, what's his face? Why can't I think of his name?
Actor or character?
Actor.
John Hamm.
John Hamm. Yeah, John Hamm is great.
John Hamm, he is baby.
Yeah.
He just...
I mean, it's not really a spoiler who his character is, because he shows up in the end of season 1, in the last episode.
Oh, yeah. It shows up throughout season 1. So it's Gabriel.
I thought it was just at the end. Yeah. It's Gabriel. I mean, the whole premise of... I mean, it's in the blurb of what it's about, but we won't talk about it.
Yeah.
We won't discuss.
No.
Yeah.
I love him as Gabriel. I love him as Jim.
Yes.
Jim, who has nothing going on inside his sweet, pretty little head.
He's just like a little puppy dog.
And when I don't think this is really a spoiler, but at one point he walks out the bookshop in this fabulous coat.
Yes.
It's like, I'm here. And it's like, big
that
energy.
Yeah. So you've seen the Barbie movie, have you? Or you're just...
I haven't, but
okay.
I know enough to say that's Kenergy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I'll wait till it's available for me to watch at home. I'm not going to the theatre.
I think I'm going to wait until Barbie and Oppenheimer are available to watch at home, and then just... Because I'm not a huge fan of the cinema.
No.
I like the idea of the cinema, but...
I don't even like the idea of the cinema. It's terrible.
Oh, no, I like the idea of sitting there, like, going out and seeing a movie like that on the big screen and stuff. It's the other people I don't like.
Yeah. But so you're fine with the sticky floors, popcorn everywhere, drink. I don't know. Ours don't
really have sticky floors.
Okay. In my experience, the floors are always sticky. Because people pour Coke and shit on them. Just happens.
Ours aren't too bad.
Okay.
And popcorn. I mean, our screens are usually cleaned before they let people back in.
Well, yeah, they do some form of cleaning, but there's always shit everywhere.
It's not too bad.
Most cinemas here now also have reclining chairs. In like all cinemas, more the majority of them.
Yeah.
And I can't sit in their chairs at all and not be in pain. It's not comfortable. So I can sit at home in my comfy chair with a screen that's big enough that the ratio of how close I'm sitting is like looking at a giant screen like that anyway at a cinema.
Yeah.
I've got a decent enough sound system that if I wanted to, I could set it up with playing it in Dolby Digital and that, but I just prefer my 5-channel enhanced. I don't want all the voices to be coming out of the center speaker. That's phooey as far as I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I have no care for the cinema. Like, I didn't watch the Super Mario Brothers movie at the cinema, and that is a movie that I should have seen at the cinema. So
that's very true. That's very true. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed, and again, that was an occasion you didn't actually join us, which is making more sense now. When we were in Vegas.
Yeah.
Me, Paul, Mitzi. Was somebody else there?
Chris?
I feel like somebody else was there.
Was Chris
there?
there?
Chris was there.
Yeah.
Chris was there, yeah. I couldn't remember if that's before or after Chris left.
No.
We went to see John Wick 4 in the cinema, and I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah. I'm sure it would have been a good time.
Yeah, sitting next to Paul, just having Paul laugh every so often.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. Is our boy Paul in Vegas right now?
He is, yes.
Yeah. I saw that on Facebook. That's right. I was on Facebook for about 5 seconds. But yeah, it feels kind of weird with Paul being there and not us to chauffeur him around.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, are you okay? Are you getting lifts?
Dude, how are you getting places?
Well, exactly. But he is working. Working.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's fine. So is it a interstate target exchange program? Or is he doing other work? He's doing performer work.
I think he's doing performer work.
Okay, yeah. That makes more sense.
I think he's taken up his old job of opener for a certain show that's being recorded right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Warm-up guy. Audience warm-up guy. Yeah.
Why else would he be in that hotel?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think we're allowed to say that. It's not a secret.
The reason I'm being cagey about it because he hasn't specifically mentioned it.
Yeah, he did. I saw it mentioned on, I remember now, either Facebook or Twitter, because that's how I knew why that, yeah. So I'm saying it. He's doing the crowd warm-up stuff for Fool Us, which he has done in the past.
Which, yeah.
Yeah. I think we're done with this episode, Brogan, and it might be short, it might be long, I don't know, because the clock is doing its own thing. It does what it wants to do. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this has been feeling low energy, low key kind of episode today.
That's all right.
I'm concerned that we don't have anything to talk about for the next episode, but we'll see.
You're always concerned we have nothing to talk about for the next.
Yeah. But we do have more stuff to talk about, and that's going to be in the bonus content, which you can listen to if you support the show financially on Patreon, which is patreon.com/nicepodbud. But if you can't pay us money, that's perfectly fine. We get it. We understand. Your
time is valuable enough.
Exactly. You can support us just by listening or sharing the show with other people, or just like things that we post online. Interact with us, share and like, things like that. It makes a difference, and it might get us some new cheese bags. You never know. But you can also reach out to us. We like art crimes, which we still haven't had in a while. Send us your art crimes. We'll discuss it during Art Talk, which is happening next episode. And you know what? How do you know when art crime's starting? Well, maybe there might be.
Don't.
Then maybe there'll be a theme song. Hey?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just admin@nicepodbud.com or nicepodbud.com. There's a contact form, which I think still works. But you can also support Brogan by going to 7billionneedles.com and buy fine wares.
Shiny things that you can stick on things.
What? That sounds odd.
And you can support Wayne either on his personal Patreon at Wayne Geo, or more preferably, or more importantly at this moment, streaming. When you see Wayne is streaming, go say hi.
Yeah, so it's twitch.tv/Wayne Geo, and you can go to the schedule and see what time I draw comics. But I've also been playing a lot of games, as we have previously discussed. But you can also follow Brogan online on all social media channels where they exist at 7 Billion Needles.
And you can follow Wayne at Wayne Geo.
Very good. Very good. We did it. We managed to do an episode. I feel like I'm talking really... I mean, it was a big night last night. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.